Good morning. Welcome to Mindful Meetup, the morning edition. Let's just take a moment or two to fully appreciate the space that we're in before we even stretch into our bodies and the day. I'd invite you to just look around the space that you're in. So lifting the eyes from the screen and just looking around the room you're in. You might be really familiar with this space. You might spend the majority of your time in the space you're sitting in. Or it might be a new space to you for some reason. But looking around the room you're in, even if it's a place you spend a lot of time, this is the first now that you've ever been here. This is the first of this morning, this day. So just letting the eyes travel and letting the head and neck follow that. And really see where you are. Appreciating your ability to see. Seeing light, shadow, color, shape, texture. If something really attracts your view, you can let the gaze rest there for a moment or two. But otherwise, just beginning by really seeing in all directions, on the sides, behind, below, looking down, looking up. And then letting the head and neck follow this. This is actually a settling technique if you're ever really anxious. This is one tactic to deal with free-floating anxiety. Really see where you are. Take it in, and you might notice your breathing changes a little bit as you do this. Get oriented. And in just those few minutes that we've been looking around, you can return your gaze to the screen now. In just those few minutes, the light in my room has changed. Looking out the window, the sun is even brighter. The morning's light, even brighter than it was 2 minutes ago. So appreciating the continuous changes that are always happening. We can direct our participation in those changes. And that's really what we're here to learn. Both here this morning and here in general. So let's take in 3 mindful breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let the jaw relax on the out breath. It's possible that you've been holding a lot of tension overnight in your jaw. So on this one last full breath in and out, really releasing that tension. Good. Now we're going to inhale and lift the hands up overhead, stretch the arms up. And as you're stretching, notice 2 directions, up through the fingertips toward the sky. Sorry, lots of sinus drainage this morning. Fingers stretching up toward the sky, sits bones, base of pelvis, stretching down toward the earth. So don't lift your butt up off the seat, don't arch your back. Keep your lower back relaxed. Feel that grounding below, feel that reaching above. Big breath in and then let the arms and hands come out to the sides. And we're going to bend and stretch the wrists so it looks like this. With your arms outstretched. So fingers pointing down, fingers pointing up. And just alternate flexing and extending the wrists. Can you keep your shoulders relaxed as you do this? Can you keep your neck free? Apologizing in advance this morning for all the throat clearing and coughing, and I have a lot of sinus stuff going on, allergies mostly. We're going to slowly bring the palms together. You can interlace your hands or keep the fingers or keep them flat. We're going to inhale back up again. And then on an out breath, reaching over to the side. Again, not so far over that one of your sits bones lifts off the chair. You want to keep both of them releasing into the support of the seat you've taken. One side's going to have more pressure on it than the other, though. So they may not feel even, but don't go over so far that you're actually lifting. Just feeling that stretch along the side. Inhaling back up to center. Exhale back over to the other side. Same thing, staying grounded in the seat. Don't lose your seat. Horseback riders will appreciate this direction. This is really what mindfulness and equanimity bring us. The ability to keep our seat. No matter what the terrain might be that we're traveling. It might be really smooth and open and free. It might be really wooded and full of roots, and it might be difficult. There might be many things to jump over. Who knows what obstacles will be there? We want to keep our seat. Good, bringing them back down again. It might feel good to do some shoulder rolls in both directions. Now that we've done a little stretching, then we're going to let the head drop for a moment. Big breath in and then exhale. And breathing however you want to. We'll just do some neck rolls in both directions, maybe 3 or 4 times in each direction. And you can feel how the weight of the head in various positions makes a difference. So when the head is forward, just leave it forward for a moment. You can feel that stretch all the way down the back. If you'd like, you can let your upper arms and hands hang over the head. Then let that go. And you can feel that stretch. When your head's over to the side, you can feel the stretch on the opposite side. If your chin's lifted and your head's pulled back and down like this, you can feel the stretch here. You can also feel the compression at the back of your head. So as we're coming back up, good morning, Tiger Lily. Tiger Lily's here to give some advice too. As you're bringing your head back to center, just very, very gently nodding yes. Remembering that your head comes all the way up to about the level of your cheekbones. If you put your fingers in your ears and they went in and met, if they could go through, they meet right at the top of the spine. This is the little fulcrum of balance for the head. Yes and no. Way up top. So you can play with that, nodding yes, moving side to side no, until you feel a lightness, less pressure on your neck, maybe less sensation, maybe an overall warm, open sensation. Who knows what you'll feel, but allowing the whole spine to support the top of your head rather than maybe just the neck, and knowing that any sort of shift in the weight of your head, forward, back, side, turning, however you do it, that's taking about 10 pounds. And as it sits delicately atop your slender, flexible spine, a little shift in weight can make a huge difference. So you might bring some awareness to that today. See if you can notice, just ask a simple question. What's the relationship of my head to my spine right now? Am I pushed forward? Am I back? Whatever. Just gather the data and bring some awareness to this really important relationship of head to spine. Just notice what you're doing when you move your head or fix your head in a position. We want to be releasing the head so that it has so many different possibilities for movement. We don't want to hold a position or be fixed in any way. Because as we've already discovered this morning, just by noticing the light in the room we're in, everything is always changing. So we really want to avoid holding and fixing postures in the body and in the mind.